What's going on, people? It's GBP baby. Welcome to another video. It's currently 3:17 a.m. on Thursday the 22nd of June. As you can see, it's a very late night review. We're going to start with DXY as per usual, work our way through Euro, and I might take a glance at GBP, but after seeing the way price action moved on GBP today, I don't even want to go there in all honesty, because anyway, let's get straight into action. So if we look at the daily, we'll start with the daily. You can see how price traded away from that fair value gap we had marked out. If you've been watching my videos all week, you'll be aware that I expected this to happen. You can see we turned away at the 50% level, respecting it, as in the bodies of the candles were respecting the 50% level. We traded aggressively lower, pushing through the lows here, and we started to trade towards this swing low here. I do still have my eyes on this daily fair value gap marked out in orange, and this line here is delineating a weekly bullish order block opening. So I'm going to just quickly make that a little bit more obvious that that's what that is. That's a bullish OB open. Black, I'll make that 20. And then when we drop down to the 4 hour, we can have a better look. So this is where I'm expecting price to be drawing to, and you can see how, we fell quite aggressively down, breaking market structure here, like, so we're taking out a lot of lows. What I'm expecting now is some kind of retracement. I'm looking for us to retrace into this fair value gap, although I do want to see it left mostly open, to be honest, because generally speaking, I'm expecting lower prices. It's possible that price may not even trade into this fair value gap. If I drop down to a lower time frame, we might be able to get a better look. Yeah, so you can see how we're like stacking price, going back and forth, price action right below this bearish order block. So I wouldn't be surprised if price just continued straight lower into tomorrow and started to trade into this daily fair value gap we have marked out. There's clearly south side liquidity resting below this swing low, which is about to get taken. So I'd like to see price trade down into that. And yeah, so pretty much until this south side liquidity gets taken, I don't think this fair value gap should be looked at as any kind of draw right now, to be honest. But you can see it's a lot of back and forth action. But it's nice to see that price done what we expected. You can see we had quite a lot of consolidation all throughout the day. Right through London, we were pretty much consolidating the whole time, and then not until 9:45 did we start to break down lower. That's just after the bell markets open for the indexes, and you can see price shot straight down, found resistance, and then continued lower. So we'll go to Euro now. I'm going to try and keep this video short and sweet, guys. And you can see how Euro also done exactly as anticipated. If you watched yesterday's video, I had my eyes on the daily fair value gap and specifically a bullish breaker within it. So we'll drop down to the hourly, and you can see how beautifully price traded down into that breaker, respected the 50% level, and then from then on we traded higher and left price. One thing I want to draw our attention to is the way that price stacked upon the different levels. So you can see once we left this bullish breaker, we found support on top of the daily fair value gap. We then pushed through this red weekly inverted fair value gap. We found support again here, and then we pushed again. What is this delineating? I think that's another daily fair value. Oh no, okay. We pushed through this daily bearish order block. So now I'd expect price to, if it is to return down into this area, which is delineating a daily bearish order block, I'd want to see it use that as some kind of spring to like push price higher, and for us to trade into the weekly bearish order block. Let me make it more clear what I'm looking at here. So this is the weekly opening of the bearish order block, and that's what we just touched today or on Wednesday. So that's why I'm not expecting too much retracement. Same with dollar. I do want to see us dig deeper into this. You'll see that I also have this little, I'm going to make it yellow. If we go down to that 4 hour, you'll see there's a small imbalance resting above these swing highs here, right here on the 4 hour. So that's what I've got my eyes on for price to want to draw into. You can see there's obviously a fair value gap that's been created here. Every time I see a fair value gap being made within fair value gaps, for example this one, I'm just looking for support to be created here. So as soon as if price just want to come down and touch it, I just want to see it remain above the 50% level, keep this open, and for us to keep pushing higher and into that to fill that imbalance. So yeah, nothing's really changed. My bias hasn't really changed much. I do want to show you one more thing actually. Let me just, there we go. So this black line, which I have delineated here, I've looked at the range from this high to this low, and then I've doubled it up. Why have I done that? Because this range from this high to this low is the I've created a swing projection, so I'm expecting price to go to the minus to the plus to the plus one to the minus one level. So we have 0 and 1 creating the range from here to here, and I'd like to see price to double that standard deviation. So I've casted that upwards, and you'll see that that lines up with this black line here. So I'm saying that there's potential for price to actually reach up here by the end of the week, especially since we made the low on Tuesday. It'd be classic for price to want to just keep climbing. But obviously we'll see what happens tomorrow and see how active price action is. I do just want to add on the fact that because I did forget to do this. So I'm gonna make this more. I'm probably gonna clear my charts because they are getting very messy. But if you recall me just stating this 4-hour fair value gap that's been created, you can see we've clearly traded to a higher time frame PD array, which is the open of the weekly bearish order block. So if we are looking for any sell side, if we're looking for, what do you call it, discount PD arrays, this would be the first one that comes into mind, this massive fair value gap. So you can see I've marked out the 50% level of that, like so, and then if we drop down to a 1 hour, you can see there's also a fair value gap resting within that. So it'd be nice to see if price can manage to trade into that as the low of tomorrow really. So I'm going to drag that out, and you can see on the 5 minute there's a lot of liquidity getting created. But again, it's perfectly possible that price won't even come down to this tomorrow, and it'll simply just push higher more aggressively and run straight into this, and then I'd expect it to come down to that. So what am I saying? Either A, price will come down, take out this little swing low, trade into this and then move higher, or B, it will trade higher and then it will come back down for this swing low, for this piece of liquidity resting here. But until like tomorrow and until Asian session is over, I probably won't fully understand. The reason I don't expect it to necessarily come back down to there is the fact that it would have to disrespect this order block resting here. So I don't really want to see these candles getting disrespected, which is why I doubt price is going to want to come down here first before going into the target of this 4-hour gap. If I mark out this order block in itself as well, I'm going to mark from the open to the close. You'll see how price is respecting it. So that's why I'm expecting, although price to, if anything, it's going to refer into this area, and I doubt it's going to need to come down all the way down here to grab liquidity, because it's created stops here. You can see how it's engineering liquidity, and we also have a little 5 minute fair value gap rest in there, but I guess we will see. Also bear in mind that I believe our interest rates for GBP is dropping today, but I'm not looking at GBP in today's video, so we'll have to come back to that either tomorrow or at the end of the week. So for now, I'm going to keep my reference here and here, but I'd like to see price turn around in this area preferably, because like I said, I don't really want to see price disrespect this bullish order block that's been created. That's everything, guys, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.